Let me tell you how you can win a war without fighting. Some of you people, it's like y'all read me wrong. You read me wrong. I tell you, defend yourself. Defend yourself. Clean up your neighborhoods. Clean up your neighborhoods. That doesn't mean go to the precinct and air the precinct out. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying to defend yourself, but war is on many levels. There's wars on many different levels. So being that some of y'all act like y'all can't articulate what I'm trying to say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down for you slow, simple-minded people. Not my real followers, but you slow, simple-minded people. For one, if you want to win a war in this world, it starts at home. Let me tell you where the first stages of war starts at. The first stages of war starts with you raising your children. I don't expect some of you people to go out on a street corner and fight. How could I? We can't even get y'all to go to open school night. Huh? We can't even get y'all to go to open school night for your children. Some of you fathers, we can't get y'all to take your children to the park, but you sitting in the park with an open bottle of Hennessy. So while you sitting there having a drink, we can't even get you to take your child to that park. Some of you mothers haven't seen your children in 3 or 4 days because you leaving your children with your mother for days at a time while you go hang out and sleep with Tom, Dick, and Harry. You treat your children like they are garbage in a garbage disposal. The first stages of war, it starts in your home by loving and raising your children. Some of you people can't even hold your households together. Every 3 to 6 months or even 2 years, you got a new man, you in a new relationship. Why would I expect somebody like you to be on the front line of a war when you can't even maintain a relationship? You got to be strong-minded in order to even participate having a war on any level. The first stages of war starts within your household. Trying to figure out what the rift is between you and your husband. Trying to figure out why that bad child in your household is acting out in the Board of Education. Now, let me ask you something, people. Who else on YouTube spitting like this? Can you hear what I'm saying? Can you articulate the words that's coming out of my mouth? War starts and begins at home. There's stages and level to wars. The biggest war that you ever gonna go through is the war within yourself. You sitting up there, you struggling with high blood pressure, but you got a bottle of salt, pepper, and hot sauce that you about to put on your steak and rice, but you suffering from high blood pressure. See how that sound? You waging war on yourself. How do I expect you to win a war against the conquerors, the Illuminati, when you can't even win the war of what to put in your mouth? I can't get you to walk 3 miles a day. How am I expecting you to go outside to fight any wars? I don't. I just gave you ideas coming from what y'all talking about, dealing with the topics that y'all talking about. If you come to my house, I have no choice but to defend myself. If you come on my property and you step on my property line, I have no choice but to defend myself and my family, is what all I was saying. Nevertheless, y'all do what y'all do the best, which is try to take my words and twist them. Point blank, period. A coward always makes an excuse on why not to fight. A coward is never on the front line for the real fights. A coward turns his back and blows his, and the first sign of beef or tension in between the man and the woman, either that man or that woman, most of the time it's that man, as soon as he can't stand the reign in a relationship, he blows it on his children and his woman, leaving them defenseless. And then they'll be sitting up there talking that talk on the internet. You couldn't even hold down your family. How the hell would I expect you to hold down the fort for your people? I don't expect any of you cowards to step on the forefront and do what real men, real warriors, what champions do. You're not built to be a champion. You're not built to be a leader. You have never made a sacrifice for anything in anybody, but I have. I sacrificed myself, my sanity, my everything, my life, coming out against somebody like Africa Bambaataa telling my story. I know what it's like to sacrifice. I know what it's like to put my life on the line. I know what it's like to jump in front of guns in the projects, in the hood of hoods, all through the hood. I know what it's like to fight on the front line. I know what it's like to sit up there and tell myself I'm not going to do wrong anymore. I'm going to better my life, not because the police gave me life in jail, but because I'm out here right now and I decided to live a different way than the way that I lived in the past. And it takes a champion to do so. I know what it's like to take children off of the street and actually sit there at a graduation and look, fighting my tears so she don't see these tears that I got of joy, because I actually took somebody in off of the street that was a runaway child who lost a mother and father. Took that child in, put that child through high school. She graduated and now putting them through college. I know what it's like to be a champion. The first stages and levels of war starts within your home, raising your family. Raising your family. See the thing about it is, people, if more of us took the time out to do what I'm doing, fighting that war within my household, with man, woman, and child, if you took the time out to conquer that battle called home and made your family successful with a little bit of love and care and compassion for your wife and your children, then maybe there wouldn't be so many angry little boys running around with big toys, painting the town red, leaving brains on sidewalks. It wouldn't be like that. You know why? Because they would know what it's like to have compassion towards their neighbor, instead of going outside and laying down their next door neighbor's child, turning one parent as an enemy against the other parent when they used to be friends, because now their children are warring with each other. That kind of war begins at home. That's how you stop the crimes that's going on in the streets of New York, LA, Chicago, Detroit, be more. That's how you stop it. It ain't no love in the household. And you dudes ain't preaching nothing. You ain't teaching nothing. You ain't walking that walk. The biggest fight that you ever gonna have is the fight within yourself to make you a better person. The biggest fight that you ever gonna have is the war. The war within yourself, the jihad. The war within yourself is the greatest fight. Once you conquer you, then you can conquer the world. Some of you people got diabetes and you can't put the donuts down. Your doctor's telling you that you on the break of having lung cancer. You can't put the cigarettes down. The first stages of fighting start within your household. You raise your children right. Have them walk accordingly. And then when they meet people, that righteous glow, that energy that they put out, it'll spread. Each one teach one. Next thing you know, you got more positive energy going around than negative energy. Because everybody is being raised right at home. Nobody feels like they got to go outside and unleash the wrath of hell because their mother didn't love them. Because their father was a sucker that spent more time on social media than they spent with their children. I'm just keeping it funky. So when you want to talk about war, I could teach you how to fight wars and win them because they start right in your household. Now, I want y'all to keep something in mind before I sign out of here. They're spending billions of dollars, commercial advertisements, movies, rap videos, rappers to push this agenda. Y'all already know what the agenda is. The cupcake agenda is what I'll call it. Reading between the lines. I know I got to be careful what I say. The cupcake agenda. They're pushing this agenda because they don't want the family, the household, the man, woman, and child to be successful. Because if you want to win this war in this world against the conquerors, the Illuminati, the only way to win it is by from house to house, to save the family structure. Remember something. You are the police. You are the military. You are the teachers. You are the firefighters. We the people. We the puppets. We run the world. So once we start raising our children and know that what our bosses, the puppet masters, is telling us to do is wrong, the only thing that you have to do is stop the wheel from turning, because you are the one that's turning the wheel. So when every last one of us as a people say, enough is enough, you don't won the war without even fighting one. By simply just saying no. Can you understand me? Because if you couldn't understand what I was saying before, what me talking about Chicago, can you understand me now? If you want to win this war on the forefront, you have to raise your family. Unfortunately, a lot of you dudes out there ain't got the balls to look at your child, pick them up, say I love you, and dedicate your life to being there for them. Nope. You walked out the door, and that sorry child ain't never seen you since. And if that child do see you, you're only trying to come along and come around to see if you could get back in the pants of the mama. You don't love your child. And because you shitted on that woman the way you shitted on that woman resents your child. And this is the reason why so many neighborhoods in the hood is being shot up, stabbed up, the youth being locked up. The war begins at home. Can I teach you how to fight that war? Hell yeah, because I'm fighting it right now. Through thick and thin, for better, for worse, to death do us part. Holla if you hear me. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. It is what it is. It's the reason why people follow me. There's a reason why people like me, because I'm the truth. Now keep making them diss videos while I outshine y'all and run circles around you. Peace and love, people.